Hair loss is an issue for both men and women. Our next guest has a solution that he says could be affordable for you and also permanent.
Well, this morning we welcome Enoch Glover with ScalpCarolinas. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm good.
We're good. See, we talk about this. We talk about thinning hair, balding hair, and there's a process called micro-pigmentation procedure that you want to talk about. Tell us about micro-pigmentation. What is it?
So micro-pigmentation procedure is it's a form of a tattoo, right? But it's a very specialized tattoo by specialized people to actually recreate the look of hair on men's hair. So it's for men that are balding, receding, women that are thinning. And even for women, a lot of women that put a lot of wigs in their hair and they pull it back, they start to get alopecia around on the front of the scalp as well. We're able to do it. So it's a special needle and ink that basically I use, and with the scales, I'm able to recreate the follicles. And by somebody looking at it, it looks 100% natural, as if they have hair.
Well, hold on. Just walk me through that. I'm a bald-headed dude, and I'll come to your shop and that. Walk me through. What does that look like when you're talking about you got a needle and you're putting the deals and working? What does that mean?
Absolutely. So what it means is, first we'll have a consultation, right?
Okay.
So I basically look at the area where you're balding. Now, most men, when they're balding or receding, they still have hair in some parts of their areas of their hair. And so the way to, or I should say, the art of this is basically being able to match the different kind of ink we have with the hair follicle that is already in there. And so by recreating the hair follicles, which is a little bit of dots, but it's not just dots, right? Because when you look at hair follicles or somebody that shaved their head, sometimes it's lines as well. Exactly. Yes. So it's recreating those dots and lines by placing them very randomly, because you don't want it all, very nice, I should say, in a linear form. So it's basically placing them very randomly and then blended it into the natural hair that they have. And by someone looking at it, again, it looks 100% natural. Now, the one piece is this, it's a two-step process. The first process, we will go through the entire head, get everything done. You'll be looking 100% great. And then we allow it about 2 weeks to heal, because then once it heals and you come and we're able to see areas where you need to blend in more, and that's when it really pops out.
What kind of tools do you use to accomplish this?
So it's we have for my particular company, we have a very specialized what we call I would say a tattoo gun. Most people don't like to call it a tattoo gun, but it's a special tattoo gun that's formulated for us, and a special type of needle as well. Most people out there are using needles that they use for tattoos, which when they use on the head actually creates what we call a blowout. It looks like, much bigger dots. And hair follicles are not very, very big. And so we also have a specialized needle that is basically specialized just for what we do. And we basically go in there and specialized ink as well, which doesn't turn color or anything of that sort.
Well, let's take a look at some of the results that you guys have to see about what you're talking about this entire process. What are we looking at?
So on the left side, on the 0, what you see is basically that's the client coming in when they first came in. And then the 1 basically shows after the first session has healed. And so when you look at it, it goes from basically a gentleman that's totally bald to an area where now it's covered on the first one. Now, in the second part, it's really where you can see now this gentleman has a full hairline. Looking at him, it just looks like he came from the barber shop.
Yeah.
And he just got a haircut. So it's 100% natural, undetectable.
Now, this is much cheaper than hair replacement.
Absolutely. So a lot of my clients that I get are actually, I should say men, women that have gone through the hair transplant process. And after, 20,000, 30,000, they're just not happy with the look of it. Because what happens is sometimes they're left with a scar on the back of their head, and then the hair doesn't come out full as well. And so they come to me to, 1, cover up the scars and also give them fullness. We're talking about a fraction, and this is permanent. You never have to go back on your second or third touch-up. You never have to, say, well, we have to charge you extra for it. So the cost from going, I should say, doing this to doing a hair transplant is much, much less.
Wow.
That sounds
permanent.
And it's permanent, right?
Permanent. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Well, if you are interested in learning more, call ScalpCarolinas for a free consultation. The first 10 people who book the procedure will get a 10% discount when mentioning Charlotte today. Call 704-550-4450, 704-550-4450, or visit ScalpCarolinas.com, ScalpCarolinas.com. Thank you very much, E. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.